1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Monroe Mann here, YouTube's #1 live streamer. Who says so? I say so. We had a scheduled guest, Beuji. Last I heard, he was going to show up. Maybe he's detained. I don't know. But he's got the link. And if he's able to show up, he should be able to come and join us, despite not being here at showtime. In any case, what we were going to talk about, the idea of YouTube live streaming and being a YouTuber and all that stuff. Hello, Yasmin. How are you? Great to see you as always. So I'm going to just continue on that topic and talk about a little bit of marketing and talk a little bit about YouTube and being a YouTuber and all that. And if you have other things you want me to talk about, feel free to share in the chat. But I'm going to kind of keep it to the same topic since that's what we're supposed to be talking about today. And we'll give Beuji some time to show up if he is able to. So I think the most difficult thing, or maybe the top 2 difficult things when you're a YouTuber, especially a YouTube live streamer, but it's a YouTuber in general. Number 1 is you have no idea what the algorithm is looking for. And it's very frustrating. And you'll watch one person who is doing something that you don't think is that amazing, and yet they're getting massive numbers of views and subscribers. And meanwhile, what you're doing is not getting the credit that it deserves. So that's the first thing, is it's so hard to be a YouTuber because you don't know what the heck is driving your success. Is it your talent? Probably not. Is it the time of day that you're putting up YouTube videos? Probably not. But I mean, you don't know. Maybe not. So it takes a lot of stamina to keep pushing forward, despite the fact that you don't really know what's working and what's not working. And I think the second most difficult thing about being a YouTuber / YouTube live streamer is it's very inconsistent. And from many different things, the income is, again, I'm speaking from my perspective, but also speaking to other people too. Hello, Dennis. How are you? Welcome. I mean, the income is very sporadic. Just in the 5 months that I've been monetized, I mean, the first month it was a big month. It was about $670. Then it went down to 590, then 520. In fact, it's actually been going down. It's funny, isn't that interesting? The amount of money that I've been making has been going down consistently since I started. So 520 was 2 months ago. 447 was last month. This month, it looks like YouTube gives you an estimate. It says estimated like $340. So that's a huge issue, is that at least at the stage that I am at, it's very inconsistent and it's not dependable. You don't know how much money you are going to make or how much money you are not going to make. What's up, V? How are you? So for those of you know, this is supposed to be an interview with Beuji. He confirmed as of last night. Who knows? Things happen. So I'm gonna continue the discussion, which is about YouTube and marketing and stuff like that, and see if we can get somewhere anyway. I was looking forward to having Beuji on here today because all he does apparently is play video games and just talk. And he's a young guy. He's 18. And as far as I know, I mean, I've watched some of his live streams. He's not talking about anything incredibly intellectual or incredibly this. That's kind of he's just chatting, just like shooting the breeze, like he's at an arcade or at a bar. But he's got consistently 300 people watching him on the live streams. He's got consistently, I mean, he's got what, I don't know, I forget how many streamers, subscribers he has, but it's at least about 300,000, I think, if not more. And I'm constantly, and I talk about this with a bunch of you, you guys know this, that it is hard to keep up the motivation, the stamina. There's this idea that, you know what, just keep going, because at any one of these live streams, somebody could see you that could launch you. Anytime one of your videos could be the thing. But the thing is, you can't let the rest of your life fall apart as you're pushing on a dream. And this applies to everything, but beyond even YouTube. I talk about in my book, The Theatrical Juggernaut. It's a book about having the psychological mindset to become a successful actor. But everything in that book applies to everything else in thank you, 326K subscribers that Beuji has. So considerably more than I do with 4,470. Um, in that book, I talk about this thing, FFF. Jean Pierre, what's going on? I met this guy yesterday. Jean Pierre. He lives right around the corner from me. And Dancer, you guys know Dancer. That's me and my mom's dog. I was taking Dancer for a walk, and Dancer, there are these two adorable little Shih Tzus that live on the corner around on the other block, and Dancer's become such good friends with these dogs and the people that live there. And every time I walk by there, I'm going down the sidewalk. Dancer walks, turns to the left, and goes up the stairs, and just plops her bum right down in front of this door. And I try to go. I say, "Come on, Dancer." She will not move. Like literally, she is planted there. And so of course, I'll always go knock on the door. A lot of times they're not there, and I feel really bad because I have to pull Dancer away and go, "I'm sorry that your friends aren't there." Yesterday, Jean Pierre was there. He opened the door and he was like, "Oh, Dancer, Monroe." And Dancer just runs into the apartment to look at the two Shih Tzus. Names are Charlotte and um, I forget the other one, Charisse or what? Jean Pierre, what's the name of the other dog? Charlotte and I forget. But anyway, I ended up spending about 20 minutes there with Jean Pierre and Dancer and the two dogs. And I ended up telling Jean Pierre that I have this YouTube channel. He goes, "Oh, that's great, blah, blah, blah." And he subscribed and he said, "I'll come to your next live stream. Here's the next live stream." And he is here. And great to have you here. New friend Jean Pierre from Colombia. No, he was born in New York. His mother was from Colombia, is from Colombia. She's not dead yet. So I was saying in this book, The Theatrical Juggernaut that I write, there's this concept called FFF, and it stands for fun, flexibility, and financial reward. If you're trying to pursue a dream in life, you need a source of income. Oh, by the way, hi, Jamie. Thanks. Nice to see you. You need a source of income that is fun, flexible, and financially rewarding. YouTube is basically an artistic pursuit, and it's a business. It's not something that immediately you start it and you get money from. So in other words, you need to have I need to have another source of income, even though I said I'm making like 300 to 500 bucks a month from here, which is more than 90%. Apparently only 1% of YouTubers make any money or are monetized. That doesn't even mean that they're making money. So I'm in an elite group of people that I'm making like a 300 to 500 bucks a month. It's not bad, but it's also not enough to live on. So I need to have something FFF, fun, flexible, financially rewarding. I need an income that's fun. I need one that's flexible. I need one that's financially rewarding. Why do you need all three? Because if it's not fun, you're going to be so drained at the end of the day that you've got no energy left to do your artistic pursuit or your entrepreneurial side hustle. If it's not flexible, you're not going to be able to do things when you need to do them. Specifically with acting, you need time to go on auditions, and you need to be able to go on the audition when the casting director says that you can go on the audition. But even with running your own business, your source of income needs to be financially flexible. It needs to be so that, hey, if you need to take off Tuesday to do this, or Thursday at 1 o'clock to do this live stream, you need to have that ability. The most important thing is it needs to be financially rewarding. And this is something that is, of course, crucial. I had hoped when I first got this channel monetized and I had working over the summer like crazy, I'm thinking, oh, yes, I got the channel monetized. Boom, I'm going to see if I can make maybe $4,000 a month immediately. I was frankly surprised that people even started to super chat me because I wasn't sure anybody would. But at the end of the month, I was also surprised that I made something like $650 that first month, or the second month in September. Wow. But it was certainly not enough to pay all the bills. So it goes back to you need to have another source of income. And it needs to be financially rewarding enough that you can focus on your artistic pursuit. Where am I right now? Like I said, I was working as a lawyer, as an immigration attorney for a year. I left that back in February, I guess. No, March. So what is it? April, May, June, July, August, September. Wait, let me see. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It's been 10 months now. And I've been just exhausting my savings and exhausting investments. And it is getting to the point where in the next month or two, I got to find something else to do because I had thought that the YouTube channel was just going to take off like a rocket, as most things I assume will do in my life that never manifest and they never ended up taking off like a rocket. You'd think by 47 years of age, I would have learned that by now. And so, all right, I got to go find an FFF source of income. I got to find something that's fun so I can manage it, flexible enough that I can keep doing YouTube, and financially rewarding enough to cover the shortfall. Like I said, I make money from some real estate investments, passive income. I make some money from military disability pension. That's completely passive income. I get it every month. I make some money now from YouTube, which is the exact opposite of passive income because I'm working my butt off to do these live streams. But I consider it fun income because even though I put a lot of time and effort into it, it's to me it's fun. I did a live stream earlier this morning and I made $1.99 super chat. After YouTube takes their cut, it's like $1.60. And I think the stream was for 2 hours. I was like, wow, $2 for just talking. So to me, it's fun, and I feel appreciative of any amount, even from the ad revenue or these new dopey little gifts that are provided. But for all of you, I mean, what's my lesson here to everybody is don't let your dream bankrupt you. Don't put so much effort into your dream that you let the rest of your life fall apart. And I was a good steward of my money over many years that I've saved up a bunch. And it's allowed me to pursue this dream rather unfettered for the last 6 months. But that is coming to an end. YouTube is not coming to an end. I'm going to keep on doing it. And I will see where this goes. I mean, every month I do have more and more subscribers. I kind of find it laughable because I get more and more subscribers, but the number of people attending the live streams seem to be getting lower and lower. I don't know why. I had 2,500 subscribers back in the summer, and I had 120 people watching me at sometimes. Now I've got almost 5,000, and I've got 5 to 10 people watching me. This is again going back to the beginning of this live stream when I said your biggest enemy psychologically as a YouTuber is the algorithm. There's no rhyme or reason. I can't understand it. There's nothing that makes sense. And if you look at other YouTubers and other YouTube live streamers, you're going to try to analyze their channel and going, oh, this is what they're doing. Let me try to do that. You try to emulate what they do. It's not going to work on your channel because the algorithm for your channel is different for their channel. And the audience is different for your channel than it is for their channel. And so I've started to realize that it's kind of foolish. Honestly, think about it. Like even like Beuji was telling me just offline or whatever on comments or on a live stream, he goes, dude, you got to start doing live streams of video games. And at first I was thinking, yeah, maybe that's the truth. But no, my audience is not video gamers. Some of you may, but I mean, Beuji's audience is 100% video. What do you call it? Yeah, gamers. And if I start including that in that, maybe that's gonna. Thanks, Jamie. Jamie sent me a little heart gift. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You change your content. I mean, I was talking about this with V the other day. By the way, V Pirate, I see some comments. I will, and some other comments. I'll get to this in a second. I was talking to V. It's possible that maybe the problem, quote unquote, with my channel is that the YouTube algorithm keeps getting very confused because one time I have an audience who comes and watches me talking like this. Next, I'll have an audience that comes on and they join and subscribe because they like my music. Then somebody else comes on my live stream and they see Billy Bob talking in that strange accent. So in many ways, maybe I'm causing algorithmic confusion because I have this variety channel where it does a lot of things. Now, it's not really a variety channel in terms of my mind and my personality, because that's the thing that unifies everything together. But it is a variety channel, is that every single time you come, you're going to see a different facet of my personality. You're not seeing the exact same thing. And I've noticed the channels that really grow very quickly are the ones that they just fix on a niche, and that's what they do. I can never do it. It's just not who I am. It's not who my personality is, and I'd rather fail forever than choose one dream and let the others die. First, Jamie. Oh, no, who's that? V. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I see them there. Let's see if it. All right. So let me just first let me put that up on the super board. Thanks for your support, V. You know what's unfortunate? This was supposed to be a guest interview with Beuji, and he's not here. And we were supposed to do a members only afterwards. Let me see here. We got V, $20 in memberships. And that's the other thing too. Of these gifted memberships, like if you get 100 gifted memberships, or maybe one of them will end up becoming a paid member. It's a brutal reality. At least, again, this is my statistic, but it's also confirmed by Alex, the guy at YouTube, who runs one of them. He's like the member. He's like the creator. I don't know. He works with YouTubers, and he told me, he said it's like 1%. That's why he said 1%. So I came up with the analogy: if you get 100 gifted memberships, maybe one of them will turn into a paid one. We have V Pirates at the VA. I love going to the VA. I'm going to the VA tomorrow morning. I can't wait. The VA, if you don't know, is the Veterans Administration Hospital. Technically, when you go to the VA, VA is Veterans Administration. Technically, the hospital is VA MC, Veterans Administration Medical Center. So technically, when a vet says I'm going to the VA, they're not going to the VA. They're going to the Veterans Administration Medical Center, VAMC, but VA for short. V Pirate says if you try to copy someone else, it's not genuine. People can see it. Nah, there's no rule about ripping people off. There's a general rule, like in the world of stand-up comedy, which is don't take someone else's jokes. Like, but I in general, I think there's that general rule of don't copy somebody else's shtick. For example, like what are the shticks that are on my channel? A character named Billy Bob, Kino Surf, saying I'm YouTube #1 live streamer. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there are other people that say that. So I mean, yeah, it goes to a. There's a limit to how much you can claim as your own shtick, as your own brand. Sir, obviously, me playing music that I write, anybody can write and sing their own music. That's not an issue. Anybody can do comedy improv characters, but if there are comedy improv characters that are very, very similar to mine, again, but now you're getting now it's beyond just copying somebody's shtick. Now it's about copying somebody's intellectual property, and then it could come into like copyright infringement. And obviously, anybody can talk politics. That's not an issue. Um, like the YouTube live stream Olympics, that is mine. If I saw anybody else start to do that, I'd go, hey, that's uncool. You again, I don't know if I don't think there's a technical. I mean, is that legally copyrightable, trademarkable? Hey, I'm in the YouTube live stream Olympics. The truth is, there is no such thing. YouTube doesn't have a copyright on it. There's no trademark on it. I'm the only person on YouTube who says that. So if somebody else did start doing it, they probably got it from me. I think the only negative aspect of it would be, dude, you ripped me off. I'm wondering. I mean, you guys know that I'm an attorney and I do entertainment law. I'm wondering if, because it's recorded, and there are so many episodes of me saying, let's get to 10 likes so we could get the bronze medal on the YouTube live stream Olympics. I think I could probably sue somebody for infringement, especially if that person's a YouTuber. And because I have all the dates. And if they started doing it after I have some of all of those other recorded ones, that would work out really well. So CLVR got a gifted membership. Babbitt Lenz, Michael Billman, Joe Simeone, and Elijah. Hey, I'm glad Elijah got one. That's cool. Very cool. CLVR has given up on this channel. CLVR used to be a huge supporter and then stopped showing up. It's Virginia. What's up, Mutang? What's Virginia? V Pirate says statistics are intriguing. Say 100 people come on, maybe half will stay, half of that may like, half of that may comment, and half of that become members. I would agree with you for most of that, but I'd say if 100 people come onto the live stream, I'd say 10 will stay, maybe even lower than that, and then half of those will like, yeah, and maybe half of those will comment, and then I'd say would maybe 1/10 of those people will become members. The amount of people who become members is minuscule, super small. Pit Maple's going to the V&A. That's pretty close. It's not the VA, but it's the V&A Museum in London tomorrow. That's very cool. Now, who's Victoria and Albert? Are they former kings and queens of England? V says, I purposely try to avoid watching other creators, don't do certain things to try to separate myself from their work. Yeah, I don't even care. It's not even about me being a copycat. It's just, honestly, I watch other live streamers and it just depresses me. Like, honestly, going to Beuji's live stream and seeing him literally just playing video games and just talking. He just talks. That's it. It's not any like intellectual chat about what's going on in politics, not talking about physics or science. He's just talking. I'm not criticizing him. But it's frustrating when what he does is not as labor intensive or brain intensive as the things that I do, and yet it is a huge success. I say good for him. Whatever he's doing is working better than whatever I'm doing. But it's hard to watch other YouTubers and other live streamers because it's really frustrating to say, I'm just as good. Let's say this. I'm not going to say I'm better than Mr. Reboot. Or I'm not better than Mr. Beast. I'm not better than Beuji. But I think I'm just as good. And yet the YouTube algorithm, for whatever reason, I don't know. Like I said, I cannot think about the algorithm because I don't understand it. Nobody does. Pit Maple says most of the museums over here are free. Over here is in England, for those of you who don't know where Pit Maple is. Very cool. Most of the museums in the United States are not free. Jamie says she loves dumb museums. She went to the Things Swallowed Museum in Lima, Ohio. In Zagreb, Croatia, I went to the Museum of Broken Hearts. It's on the top of this little mountain, and it's just a big collection of love letters of breakups and I don't know if it's helpful it was good to remind me that all these other people throughout history have had their hearts broken. Or does it just remind me that, broken hearts are not fun? V Pirates is doing some mental health and uplifting videos. That sounds good. Museums are cool. Isn't that where they keep the records of when V had his last date? What, the V at, which one is that? The Victor? Which museum is that? Uh, I'm glad you understood what V Pirates said, because I totally did not. V Pirate, my psychiatrist is adding in 2 more meds for some counseling today and getting started on getting hearing aids today. Awesome. Very, very cool. And I would say, look, if whatever, just I have a little experience with hearing aids. If the hearing aids don't work well, go and ask them for different ones. There's so many different types that there's bound to find one that works well. They even have hearing aids now that they're like I think they're called the bone conductor hearing aids. You can get actually headphones, which are really cool. I don't know if you've ever seen these things. If you ever get a chance to try a bone conductor headphone. So usually headphones go into your ear, right? Instead, it comes around and it connects right to the back. It just presses here and presses here. There's a bone there. Can you feel that bone? Because your hearing system is just a big collection of bones. It's so weird. It blows my mind how the heck the human body works. But it's so weird. You can then listen to your music through the bone conduction here and here, while you can also hear completely from your ears. So while you're listening to music, you could be running, and it's loud enough that you can hear it very well through the bone. But then if somebody says, "Hey, Monroe," I would immediately hear them go, "Yeah, what's up?" And you don't need to lower the music. It's creepy. I'll be honest with you. It's very creepy. But what I'm curious about, I want to do more research on it. Is it harder or easier to damage your eardrum with that, or does this bypass your eardrum completely? I'm not sure, but it's very, very, very interesting. Pit Maple saying the smallest bone in your body is in the ear. On Canvas. Canvas is this system for grading and for assignments in school. For this whole live stream, I keep getting this message saying grade changed. Grade change, and it keeps getting changed. Like, why is my grades keep getting changed? If it gets changed going up, fine. But if it went down for some strange reason, I am not going to be very happy about that. V Pirate, keep on hoping. The VA is good, but and I've gotten amazing medical care from them, and I'm grateful for that. I've had a bunch of surgeries that have gone very well, and this and that. But you're not going to get all the support you need. You still need to go to. Sometimes you may need to go to other doctors. Sometimes you may need to get help from your family or from friends or this or that. I would say get all the support you can get from the VA. V Pirate, always coming. Yeah, they heard that I don't want to be a medical doctor the other day. Let's reduce his grade. Yeah, I'm still. I'm in a big quandary about everything, about where I live, because on one hand, I completely. Oh my gosh, Beuji finally arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Here we come. Here we come. The Bougmeister has arrived, fashionably late.
Oh,
He thinks
I apologize.
I have 300,000 subscribers, so I can be late.
I apologize. My alarm somehow didn't go off. I don't know how.
That's all
So
right.
I do truly apologize, though. That's my bad.
No, hey, it's we had a good time without you here. I covered the fort, and I expected that you would come in here one of these days if you could. Good to see you.
It's great to see you.
Good morning. Did you literally just wake up like an hour?
Yeah, I just woke up literally like 30 seconds ago.
Now, why were you awake so late? Are you a 12-hour sleeper?
If I don't have an alarm, I will sleep for 24 hours. Like, I'm not even joking. I will.
What, you should join the military. They'd have a great field day with you, Beuji.
Oh my God, they'd murder me. I'd probably not make it out alive.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Beuji, who, as some of you may or may not know, as somebody posted here in the chat earlier, he has 326,000. Was that it?
I believe so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
lost a couple thousand. People don't like me that much.
that's okay. I lost one this morning. See that, you know what? I'm very happy to hear this because, guys, look, I woke up this morning and I lost one subscriber. When you get 300 plus thousand subscribers, you don't lose one. You wake up and lose 3,000.
Oh yeah,
That's
I've lost 10,000 one day. It was crazy. I was so sad.
you. All right. So do you have any idea why you lost 10,000? How did that happen?
One reason is people just will unsub sometimes. Another reason is sometimes if you get a ton of views, a ton of subs, then you'll get a lot of bot accounts to your channel because obviously they send bot accounts to where there's a lot of views. And so
Wait, stop. That's very interesting. Who's they? It says they send bots to channels with a lot of views. Can you explain that?
so basically there's a lot of channels that actually just literally scam people. And those channels, sorry that I'm moving around a ton. I'm trying to set up my tripod for my camera.
All good, all good.
For those channels, they actually send bots to their own channel. So that's one place where a lot of bots come from, is specifically those people's channels. And those bots end up being in the ecosystem of YouTube, and then they just end up showing up on your channel. More views you have, the more bots you get. And then there's also, if you've ever seen YouTube shorts and stuff, there's a lot of people that have like bot comments. Like, have you ever seen Zach D Films? He's one of the most famous shorts creators currently. He makes animations.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but okay.
Okay, he's one of the biggest ones. And basically, if you look at any of his recent shorts, 99.9% of the comments are just bots, just saying like outlandish stuff. And I don't exactly know the point of those bots, I'll be honest with you, because they aren't even advertising anything. So I have no clue what those bots are supposed to be doing. But if you get a lot of views, you end up getting subs, and then YouTube will just remove those subs eventually.
No, why would any creator want to hire bots to come leave comments and then to come subscribe only for YouTube to remove those subscribers?
To be honest, I have no clue. I have no idea. If it was advertising something, obviously it makes sense. But since it's not advertising anything, I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know what the point is.
Well, while you're setting it up, I'm just going to read through some of these comments because I think we have some questions here. And Jamie says, "Hey, Bougie." Pit Maple says, "More bots, more advertising."
That's what you think, but they aren't advertising anything.
No, I think maybe what he's saying is the more bots there, the more advertising revenue. Is that possible? The more revenue you would get?
No, you don't get any ad revenue from them. And usually the bots are saying like really bad things, so it might just be like to be negative. I'm not sure.
Very
Um.
interesting.
Okay, there we go. Now I got my tripod set up here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have Bougie live and in person.
I apologize. I'm so late, guys.
Is this the first? Is this the first interview that you've done, or have you been
Yes,
on other
this is
channels?
first interview I've ever done.
Wow. So
Wear this shirt
we're all very.
backwards too.
What's that?
I'm wearing this shirt backwards. That's proof I just woke up.
What would be crazy if you went to sleep and it was right side in, and now you woke up and it's inside out and backwards?
Yeah, I just woke up, threw it on, and here we are.
And so let me just backtrack a little bit. How did you've been a YouTuber for less than a year, am I right?
Yes.
Okay. I've been a YouTuber for 18 years. How long did it take for you to get monetized after you started YouTubing?
I believe So when I started this channel, I originally started this channel not knowing that vertical live streams were a thing. So I started just streaming, not to stream, not for views. I streamed just because I figured I might as well stream while I'm recording content. Then if I get views, I get views. But main thing is I was getting content that I could edit and post. So in the first like maybe 3 weeks or so, there's like nothing. But so about a month after that, though, I got monetized. So about a month and 3 weeks.
Wait, but how did you get the monetization if nobody was were people watching your live streams?
After 3 weeks, I switched to vertical, and immediately I saw like a jump from 2 viewers on live to 30 viewers. Then the next stream was like 40, the next stream 100, and then I just kept picking up from there.
All right, so let me ask you this. That's what was starting when I started doing the live streaming. I started originally, it was back in May, and I had 0 viewers the first time, 1 viewer the second time, third time I was up to like 3 or 4, and then right when I was about to get monetized in the middle of August, I was seeing 75 to 100 people almost on every live stream, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, the chickens are coming home to roost. I finally figured it out, and as soon as I get monetized, it's going to skyrocket even more. August 31st, I was in New York City. I did a live stream. I was just walking. I did this TEDx talk in Philly. I took the train, Amtrak to New York City, and I thought, let me just live stream from New York City. I haven't been back in a while. And it was the most people I ever had. I had about 120 people concurrent consistently for about an hour. And then I got back to Florida, started doing live streams again, and it's been literally on average, maybe 8 to 10 people on a good day, maybe 25. What the heck happened? Why is my viewers just disappeared? Like it seems like I got monetized and now I'm less appealing to people.
Okay, so I'm pulling up a calendar here. So when was the day that the last day that you had like a ton of viewers?
Uh, well,
Also, let me share the stream to my audience. They might be interested to hear this stuff.
oh, well, thank you very much.
Quickly do
Appreciate
that.
that. The most that I ever had was it was like the last huge one was August 31st, 120, and it wasn't 120 peak. I mean, I think the highest I think it was like 100 and like it was 120. That was steady for an hour. There were 100. I mean, I got 5,000 6,000 views during that live stream, and I've had a few situations in the like during election night. I did election night with Monroe, and we did that. I did that for about 7 hours, and I got a huge following there from people watching concurrently. And then the next day, a Trump victory celebration with Billy Bob, this Louisiana character. I don't know if you ever saw him,
I believe
and
so, yeah.
that one got a huge following. And I'd say like there were like 60 people again watching. And again, every time that happens, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm back. I'm back. And then it goes back to like, here we got 6 people here. And I'm grateful. It's awesome that I've got 6 awesome fans who are tuning in to watch our interview. And all of my fans too, everyone's going, Monroe, what is going on here? I see completely stupid live streams with people sorting balls, or it's just I mean, some person going, making strange noises. And they go, these people have 400 people watching them. And it's like, you should be the one who's getting all of the attention. And yet it's all of these. And I even said, just because I don't want to feel like, I said while you were here, and I was talking to people, said, hey, Beuji might be your student. And one of the big things I don't understand is why it's with all due respect to you, because you're doing an amazing job. You're playing video games and you're just shooting the breeze. You're just kind of talking with them very casually, and it resonates for some reason with people on a massive scale. What is it that is something that there's something different? And I don't. Do you know the channel Mr. Reboot?
No, I don't believe
All right.
so.
So I'm friendly with him like I am with you. Never met him, but just fellow YouTuber. And he's got about 890,000. And same situation. He's got 300 to 500 people watching all the time. And I'm thinking, I love what he does. He even said on his stream while I was watching, he goes, I don't know why you do not have so many more subscribers and viewers. So I get, and by the way, there are people watching who are fascinated. There are YouTubers as well. V is one. V Pirate is trying to get started. Used to be a TikToker, and maybe we can all learn from each other and from someone like you who has figured it out, deliberately or not deliberately. You've done it in less than a year. What 99% of YouTubers will never be able to do.
Okay, I've seen Mr. Reboot. I know this guy. I see his shorts are insanely viral. Wow. That's cool that you know this guy. Okay, so the one reason his shorts are, I mean, his live streams do better is because he has a very loyal fan base. His shorts are very specified to an audience, and obviously, if you have 800,000 subs, you're going to have an audience that wants to watch the streams. As you notice, like even a 2 hour stream of his last one got 18,000 views total. Which for that many subs is actually not that many views. So relatively speaking, his streams actually don't do insanely well either. So the reason, okay, I'm going to give you my reasoning as to why your streams did really well before and might not be doing as well now. So one reason is the timing. There was a lot more people on the vertical live streams back in October, and YouTube changed. Or wait, let me read chat really quick. Make sure we're not missing anything interesting. Yo, what's up, Jacob? What's up, Nightmare? Those people are from my. I think Mysterious is also from my community. It might not be Mysterious. I'm not sure. I feel like
Jacob, I
Mysterious is
did
really
say that he undeliberately got success. Let me clarify what I mean by that. When I said that Beuji potentially undeliberately became successful, people like me for 18 years have been trying very, very deliberately. I've been in show business. I'm in Screen Actors Guild. I'm in the Federation of Television Radio Artists. I'm in what do you call it? Equity. I've written books. I've been in bands. I mean, everything in my life has been I want to become successful in show business, and there are people. It happens and everywhere, and I that's life. You know, sometimes you just show up, and that's where success is. Bougie even said earlier he didn't have any intention of doing this originally. He said he was doing it just to have a record of and to record videos, and then he found the live streaming, and boom, he got monetized very, very quickly. And it happens for some people like that on YouTube and in life. And it's so hard not to compare yourself. Like, am I jealous of Bougie? In some ways, 100%. And anyone who's been a YouTuber who's struggling and looks at Bougie's success, you want to go, why? Why did this guy? He's 18 and I love it. I'm so glad. And he's going to be able to inspire many more people at a younger age. But I was 18 and I was trying to do what Bougie's doing now. And I'm 47 now. So that's why I invited him on. I'm getting older. I could die tomorrow. I want to try to learn as much as I can from as many people as I can. I finally got the channel monetized, but it's still not where I'd like it to be. And this guy Bougie is a legend. Look at that. He's even got backgrounds on his mobile live stream. What the heck? How does this guy look at this? He's got magic going all the time. So that's what I was just saying with that, Jacob. How you doing, Catherine Graham? Mysterious is one of your fans?
I believe so. Yes.
Looped pre-recorded live streams are crazy. I see them constantly. They flood my shorts. I was looking on ChatGPT today, asking how can I add looped music to my mobile live stream, and ChatGPT stumped. I tried everything, and apparently it's very difficult unless I get an audio mixer or something like that. But anyway, Booge, this is your time to shine. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so one reason is the timing, obviously. For example, one thing is okay, so you know how you mentioned that you did really well during the political debate stream.
Mm-hmm.
Politics at that time was super massive, right? Everybody's either upset, they're super happy, they're super hyped, they're super worried, whatever it is, whatever side they're on. So it's a very controversial, very massive topic, and there's a lot of people that want to see content about it. Now that the election is over, there's not as many people that want to see content about politics. So that's one problem with political content is if you're not constantly talking about something controversial in your streams, there's not many people that really care that much because end
But
of the
look at
day,
you. But what about Tucker Carlson? Do you know that name?
no.
He used to be the number one host on Fox News. He got fired from Fox News. He started streaming on X. He created these things on X. Then he left on X. He's still on X, but now he's on a YouTube channel. I mean, his YouTube videos. He just went to Russia and interviewed the Secretary of State for Russia for Vladimir Putin, and within an hour he got massive. That's what I don't understand.
But
It's
that's
like,
something controversial though too. Like he's going somewhere specific, something that people want to see. Oh, Russia, we get to see an interview with that. Like I just looked at his channel and all of his viral videos, like exclusive Russian foreign minister interview. Intel agencies want to track every transaction. Um, Breaking down the Doge scam. Uh, Banned by China. What to expect. It's just every single video he has is something that either makes people like really happy, like, oh, this is happening, awesome, or it makes people really mad, like, I don't want to see this happening. What's this guy's opinion so I can get upset? So that's and end of the day, you can get views with political stuff. I'm not saying you can't. It's just when you do political stuff, you're going to see a massive boom when stuff happens. So, for
mhm,
example, the election, big thing. The going to Russia and interviewing some guy, that's a big thing. For I don't think people really care that much about the TikTok ban, but that could be a big thing, which I don't think it really is that much. Um, when Trump gets actually into office, that's going to be a big thing. When
mhm.
he makes his first bill, that's going to be a big thing. But it's like specific big things. It's have you ever seen those channels that talk about like internet drama, like, oh guys, today this person made a product and I don't like it.
Mm.
Um, that's a big thing. Whereas if they just talk about like everything that happens with drama, it eventually either gets old or they have to wait till something happens, which something happens every week. So I'm not saying you can't do it. You just have to like know exactly what's going to be happening and be able to constantly be on that like controversial edge. And also like in that scene as well, Tucker Carlson is a famous guy. He was on Fox. He went on Kick, which is I don't know why he you said he got banned from there. I'm surprised that he
No,
left
no, no,
Kick.
no, no, no. He got fired from Fox News,
Okay.
and then
I'm
he
surprised he didn't go to like Rumble or something because like
I think
those
he's on.
platforms are super just infested with people that like that kind of content. So if you do that kind of content, you'll have more of an audience on those platforms.
I tried on Rumble. Uh, I got I can't get followers because the algorithm, like YouTube. And I have to admit, at least I appreciate the fact that YouTube randomly does send occasionally send me some new people.
Yeah, I
But
love
on
YouTube.
Rumble,
They
they send you
definitely
no.
have a good algorithm.
But I don't know what happened with the algorithm. So many people said, "Oh, the reason why you had so many viewers over the summer was because all the kids were at school on summer break, and then they went back to school." But that doesn't make sense because what about Friday nights and Saturdays and Sundays when school age kids are not at school? Shouldn't they have found their way back? Shouldn't my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday streams been like like huge fires of awesome people coming in? That's what I don't understand about the algorithm. I used to get per live stream at least 10 new subscribers. Now, if I do a live stream, if I get one new subscriber, I'm like, wow. And it's like, I can't believe I'm back to where I was before I even got monetized. It's like, I feel like I'm monetized and now YouTube doesn't want to make money from me.
Yeah. So that's another reason that you definitely could be seeing less views. So number one, topics. some of them aren't like maybe as relevant anymore. Um, or like as not relevant, but like as like big, like massive people want to see it.
But
The
Jamie,
second reason is the timing. So like you said, people there's a lot more people online during the summer break, obviously. And even not even just kids, there's also more adults online as well, which I don't know why that makes sense. But then obviously also there's a lot more college student age kids online. So that's one big reason. But the thing is I don't personally think that that's the biggest reason. I also believe right when summer ended, YouTube changed their algorithm to push the streams a lot less because I noticed everyone's views just went down a ton. And I believe that that's because a lot of people complain like, "Oh, I hate seeing these streams in my feed. I don't want to see these. I'm on shorts to see shorts. I don't want to see these."
so why
So
don't they
after
create
YouTube,
a live? Why don't they create a place for live streams? There's no dedicated place to find live streams. If I go to YouTube, the only way I can find a live stream is click on shorts and hope that randomly I will find a short. And if I watch the short, then it ends up showing me more shorts. So I mean, maybe I'd say great. I, I blame YouTube, but why isn't YouTube? If YouTube's not promoting shorts live anymore, what the heck are they promoting? They're certainly not promoting my longs. I do a long video, like a super cool video of me skydiving, and they get 25 views. Like that's like 10 years ago, I used to get 300 views in a week on a long. Again, shorts didn't exist and lives didn't exist. Let me look at the chat just to chat up. Sorry, Jamie says sorry, Catherine can't chat watch. Pit Maple says that's why they're talking about Diddy so much because it's everywhere. Jacob says Kiefer Tucker Carlson's over time he's created a following of millions of people. Yeah, that's what Beuji said. He's also a person of influence. On top of that, true, true. Catherine, now I know the answer to my question. V Pirates is at the pharmacy. Do you have the time? Help me with my mind. Yeah, okay, I'm going to only talk about the comments that have to do with our guest right now. Uh, Tucker was the head person at Fox for years, correct? Nightmare says YouTube made a change their algorithm recently, but assuming you already know that. Yeah, Nightmare. Your name is the experience that I am going through right now. Nightmare. V Pirate says you've been popping up a lot on my feed lately. I've also been watching, liking, commenting, and sharing. For those of you just coming, by the way, this gentleman that I'm talking with is Beuji. He has a great channel, which is at Beuji, Beuji. He doesn't really need more subscribers, but if you do want to subscribe, you can go check out his channel. And why do you think your channel? I was talking about this with my folks the other day, even earlier before you came on. I kind of feel like very, very niche channels end up getting followers and growing more quickly than something like mine, where one day I'm doing interviews, one day I'm playing music, one day I'm a guy from New York, one day I'm doing martial arts. Could the algorithm be just completely confused and not know who to send to me?
so this is the third part that I wanted to tell you about. So first part is the obviously the timing. Second is the algorithm changes. And also if you didn't know as well, there is a way if you go to shorts and you pause the video, then there's a place on the very top like right here to go to the shorts live feed. So you can go to like a full live feed there. It's just
Thank
not
you.
super like well seen. But so that's the algorithm. The algorithm changes like every month. And if you aren't like constantly like analyzing it, it's very hard to like understand how it works. And then the final reason is one thing about YouTube that I think a lot of people don't understand is YouTube is extremely specified as to what type of content they want you to do. For example, let's say you make surfing content. I've seen you have shorts of that. Well, if you get people who like surfing, you might have maybe, let's say you get 1,000 views, maybe 500 of those people are also interested in politics. So if
Mhm.
you do a politics video, some of those people from the other video might be like, oh, this is interesting. But then the other 500 that are going to be recommended that video are just going to swipe away like, I don't care about this. Now you just have 500 views that tell YouTube this video sucks, even though it might not be a bad video. It's just that people that are being recommended don't necessarily find it interesting. So YouTube is very, very specified to what niche you're in. So if, for example, I'm gaming, even if I'm a gaming channel, if I go do Fortnite, I'm probably going to average like 100 viewers. Whereas if I play the games I usually play, like horror games or something, I'm going to be averaging like 500 to 1,000 viewers. So even though I have a big audience, not the 99.9% of that audience doesn't like Fortnite. There's a lot of games they don't like. So if I do something that the majority of my audience doesn't like, then it's going to tell YouTube like, hey, this stream sucks. Don't recommend this stream at all. So that's one
Mhm.
big thing is unfortunately you do have to an extent stay in a niche unless your personality is your niche, which is very hard to garner that until you have like a big following.
Mhm. And that there are some questions here for you. We'll go to those in one second. I just the For 18 years, everyone has been telling me, Monroe, you need to make separate channels. You need to just focus. And I always tell them, I said, look, I'm not going to manage 15 different channels, one for every different niche that I do. It's like if people don't like me for who I am and they can't embrace everything that's about me, then I'd rather fail as a YouTuber. And maybe I'm being stubborn and foolish, but I've always been, I want to succeed on my own terms. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm basically saying I don't want to sell out and just do stuff just to please the algorithm. Because I mean, the people who are here, who my fans, they do like most of the stuff that I do. I see the same people on music streams. I see them on comedy streams. They're here on the interview stream with you. But I understand how this could become a difficult, a more difficult climb.
Yeah. So I've had people tell me like that exact same thing, like, oh, I don't want to sell out and just do what the algorithm tells me to do. But end of the day, yo, Jamie with the massive gift. W gifted in the chat, guys. W gifted in the chat. Everybody's fan the W's in the chat, guys. W 100 jewel gift. So
Oh,
I don't
you're using the W. You're of that generation.
yeah, people tell me, oh, don't do that. It's West Side. It's like no, it's W's now. This is all it means is W's. You could also do the W's. W's in the chat,
W.
guys.
Thank you. I don't know what to do when they say W. Like, dude, W stream. I'm like, thanks. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, it just means like good or like cool. It means win. Like you would say W when you win a game, but then it just became popularized like as oh, that's something that good that happened basically.
Awesome.
But but the thing is, I don't really think it's necessarily selling out to do something that makes the algorithm happy because end of the day, the way that I see it, people like always used to tell me like, oh, you just play this one game over and over. I'm not sure if you see me play the Infinite Pizza game.
Mm-mm.
Um, it's a very repetitive game, but I enjoy the game and a lot of my audience enjoys it. And people will always be like, "Oh, you're selling out, man. You're just doing this." And I'm like saying like, "But are people coming for the game or are they coming for my personality? If they're coming for the game, then that's fine because I'm playing the game. But if I'm getting, let's say I'm averaging 1,000 viewers because I'm playing this game that specifically does well, that other people don't want to play because they're selling out, let's say 500 of those 1,000 are just watching for the game. They don't care about me at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine because the other 500 might be there for my personality. Then if I switch games to, let's say, a game that I really, really want to play that I know is not going to do well, now that I've gotten 500 people that enjoy my personality, I'm going to be averaging more viewers on that game I want to play versus if I just played that game I want to play only. So I think personally for live streams, especially, it's important to do to an extent what does well. And then once that does well, you can gain an audience and be like, hey guys, now we're going to switch over to something else. Or maybe we'll say, like, hey guys, I know we did this entire stream for this week, but next week on Saturday, we're going to be doing this stream that I really have been wanting to do, this, whatever. So I think that to an extent, you got to play the game and then you can just add your personality into the game.
I just want a side note, guy. I want to take back. Before you came here, I was talking about how I'm sure a lot of people can feel frustrated where you see a lot of these people doing these gaming live streams and they're getting millions and millions of viewers and this and that, and then you're doing something that arguably takes more talent or expertise, like singing a song, writing a song, doing poetry or talking about physics or law. But the more I hear Beuji talking, this guy's a brilliant man who clearly puts an amazing amount of analysis into everything that he's doing. I'm realizing now that live streaming gaming, there's a lot of brain power happening on the back end. Would you agree with me?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like maybe it just looks like it's fun, and like people say the same thing to me. Maybe people think like, Monroe, you're just playing music and it's fun. But I realized, no, it took me hours to learn how to play those songs, to figure out which songs to play. And you're saying the exact same thing that I'm talking about. He's saying like, wow, he's actually taking which game to play is a marketing decision. And that's blowing my mind that you're seeing that. I thought that Beuji was in a very narrow niche. But even he, in his narrow niche, is saying people are getting mad at him for deviating from the game that he usually plays. I mean, like there are niches within niches within niches. And if I can summarize, then we're going to go to the messages because I know there were some questions for Beuji and maybe for me. We'll go to those.
Here, I could read some of the comments too if you want. But before that, I want to read. You said that people are like complaining about the game. I want to like give an emphasis on that as well. Recently, I switched games for a little bit away from Infinite Pizza because like me and another YouTuber like made it a trend, and there's like 20 other people. I was like, I want to get out of this really quick, and I got a comment. Someone said, "Bruh, this is the cringiest," and then a swear word I've ever seen. Only thing that I enjoy about this is the pizza game. That was the comment. I was like, okay, that's unfortunate. So that kind of made me sad. But so one person says, question for Beuji. You had big sub growth July, August, and November. Were you playing specific games? What did you do for those months? So one big thing I will mention for that, there's some specific reasons I can't talk about, but the main reason that happened, let's see. Let me go to November. So November, I got about 100,000 subs, which was unbelievable. During that month,
just to put that in perspective, I think I got 60 subs in November. I mean, I'm very proud of those.
Hey, 60 is awesome, and that's probably 60 loyal subs. I got probably like the thing is, like I'm saying, I didn't get 100,000 new viewers. Say like maybe 90% of those aren't going to come back ever, but 10,000 of those, even if 10,000 of those people come back, then that's still massive. So one thing that I did is I created an entire new trend on YouTube during that month. So that was one reason that I got that many subs. I started doing Blookit streams, which basically I don't know if you guys have heard of Kahoot or Quizlet. It's basically a version of that a lot of people play in school. So I just did streams where I did that with my viewers. That went insanely viral, and then your screen just went black, I believe. Let's just hello.
Am I back?
Oh, yep, you're back. So I basically created an entire trend of like hundreds of YouTubers doing that. So
I saw Mr. Reboot the other day when I saw him. He was playing Kahoot.
Yeah, so quite possibly I might have influenced him to do that. But yeah, I created like a whole entire new trend of doing that, and then also I switched back to another game that I really enjoy, and that went viral as well. So just trying different things, because I literally before November I was in a rut. I can't talk about that, but like I got out of it by just trying new things every single day until something stuck. Once that thing stuck, I just did it over and over and over, basically. So I think that that's a pretty good answer to that question, I believe. Do you have any follow-ups on that, or should I read another comment?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's go to Nightmares, the next one. Also, you
Okay.
can.
Shade said before that they changed how viewers find shorts live streams. For my analytics, I'm now getting more views for the vertical lives than the YouTube Shorts feed. I would have to confirm that myself. That's really surprising if that's true, because in the vertical live stream feed is, like I said, you pause the video, then right up here there's a thing that goes to live stream. So I would honestly be surprised if that's true, but I believe him. I know Shade, he's a pretty big streamer as well. So
I just find that 90% of people that I talk to, unless they are subscribed and they have notifications turned on, they have no idea how to find my live streams, and they don't have any idea how to find new people's live streams either. So again, I don't know if YouTube AI is listening. Fix this. Put a button that says live streams. I mean, I think it should be just as important as videos and shorts. And Shade, by the way, if you could share in the channel what type of content you put, maybe you can get some subs from my fans. And any of you guys who have channels, I'm happy to spread the love, because I feel like the more we help one another, the more likely we can. There are enough people on YouTube that I imagine that we can all make a good living from this. So, Nightmare says also you can start trying out new ideas or trending stuff because people will be more interested and more likely to stay. So instead of sorting colored balls, I should try sorting colored triangles. Maybe I'll try that. That could be a. I'm not going to do it. I'm just joking,
So
guys.
now the thing is, actually, I no, I'll come back to that later, but let's read the rest of the comments, and that's another thing that I want to mention as well for people trying to grow channels is like following trends. Like, what should you do when following a trend? Like, how do you go about following a trend? Because that's, I think, is one of the biggest things for coming up YouTubers. Like, if they're doing live streams, if they're doing shorts, if they're doing long form, how do you follow a trend without copying? I think that that's one of the biggest things.
Yeah,
Um,
we were talking about that earlier, how it, like with stand-up comedy, it's a big taboo to take some other comedian's jokes and then do it on your own stage, thinking no one's ever going to find out. And it's the same thing, I think, on YouTube. It's uncool to copy somebody else's whatever they do. One of the things I do, I always say is, hey, when we get to 10 likes, we've got a bronze medal on the YouTube live stream Olympics. So we only need 2 more likes. Double tap the screen, and I hope we can get up there. How you doing, Nicola? Great to have you here. Jacob, yeah, I'm seeing how much effort it takes to go into the game. Honestly, just to do the streaming software, that's so complicated, and I'm impressed with anybody that can figure out the streaming software, like Beuji, like you, like Nightmare, any of these folks. It's very, very impressive. Don't pay attention to the haters. I agree. V Pirate likes Quizlet. Nicola is triggered by the T-shirt label on Bougie. Deal with it. We're training you.
I specifically did that as a retention grabber so that you guys have to comment on it when you see the live stream.
Everyone's going to come watch. All of Bougie's fans are going to kind of come. Do you know that you can watch Bougie with its shirt inside out? Where? Only on Monroe Mann's channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. I do music, comedy, improv. It's a big smorgasbord of crazy personality stuff on here. Vertical lives. No, horizontal lives don't bring in anybody because they don't get promoted by YouTube, only to subscribers, which again is a very disappointing thing. So that's why all the time I don't put any effort into the horizontal. I just sit on my rocking chair here or go out on my bike and I live stream vertically. And by the way, we're switching shortly to the members only live stream. In about 5 minutes, we're going to slip over there to do like a 20-minute Q&A with Bougie. He's going to talk on there about vidIQ and TubeBuddy, but we're going to do that on the members only live stream. Right, Jamie? You guys behave yourself. Okay, everyone here. People come on my live stream and I'm completely PG, more or less, and they're like completely naughty, and they're hitting on each other. They're trying to. Do you have people hitting on each other in your live streams?
Usually not. Usually the chat is just moving so fast that people like, well, you'll just like, it's 99.9% people just saying Fiend, like play Fiend or something, the song. It's like,
I think that's what I need. That's my issue. I need to have faster live streams so that these people cannot create romantic attachment with one another.
I agree with that. To come back to Nightmare's thing about following trends and stuff is a lot of people say like, oh, hey, I want to do this trend. Like, let's say a video right now this trending is buying stuff on like Timu, and so that like other people don't have to buy it. So it's like kind of testing products, but in more like a fun way. Like you could have your live chat like say, hey, I want you to buy this, whatever. So basically people have asked me before like, hey, I want to do this trend, but I don't want to be copying one of the biggest ones that just did it recently, is Sambucha. I'm like, I looked it up. I looked up all these people doing like buying or are Temu products really a scam? And then they like show like a camera like this in the thumbnail, like, oh, can you buy a 5-cent camera and like get a good camera? And I have not seen a single difference in any of those videos besides like obviously the person and their personality. So realistically speaking, if you're following trends, anyone in chat, just follow the trend, just do it. Like you're not going to be called copying. It's a trend. As long as you're not stealing their video, as long as you're like adding your own personality, your own script writing into the video, it's pretty much just your own video at that point. If someone posts the video online, then that idea is fair use, in my opinion. I don't think that there's any like stealing at all. Because if you see a viral video, there's 500 copies of it, and they all got the same amount of views.
Temu is terrible. all I know about Temu, it's from China, and they're trying to infiltrate. As you guys know, I lived in China twice, so I have a relationship with China. They're trying to infiltrate the Amazon market and overcome it. And their method of doing that is you buy one shirt and they go, we'll give you this shirt for 99 cents, but you have to take all this other stuff for free. And guys, one of my friends sent like a picture of like 27 boxes in front of it. He goes, how much did that cost? He said like 99 cents. And then they're just trying to get the word out and do all that jazz. All right, so before we switch over the members only live stream, Beuji, what is your final words of wisdom from a marketing standpoint, from a YouTube standpoint, for anybody who is struggling to? I have there's two questions for different audiences. You're getting started with YouTube. What do you recommend? You are trying to get monetized. What do you recommend? And third, you are monetized and you're trying to increase your income. So, like, give 3 different answers for 3 different types of viewers on this live stream.
Okay, so if you're starting out, and even if you're not starting out, even if you're like just like trying to get views, just make content. A lot of people have like told me like, hey, I'm about to post this video. My first video is like the best video I've ever posted. And they show it to me. I'm like, I wouldn't even post this. Like, and like, I spent a year on it. So I'm like, well, why did you spend a year on it? You should have spent like 10 minutes and posted it. End of the day, if you've not done YouTube for a long time, you don't know what's good. Like, I'm like, that's not to be mean or anything. If you don't have millions and millions of views, you have no clue what's good. So just post what you have, because you're going to learn from that post and you get to move on. If you have, let's say, a post you think is, oh, this is decent, post it. You'll see the comments. You'll see what can I do better. You'll see the analytics. Comments are kind of not that important. The analytics, you'll see what's the retention of this video, what's the demographic of this video, what's the main search terms that showed this video, how did my thumbnail do, how did my what was the click rate of the short or long form, and all that will tell you like, what do I need to work on? Oh, the retention was great. That means it was a good video, but why didn't it get views? Because people swiped off in the first 5 seconds. So, I need a better hook then. Whereas if you just have a video brewing in your locker for a year, you have no analytics at all. You might as well just post a bunch of crap, then post one video that's really, really good, because you don't know if it's really good. And you're going to be more disappointed too if you just post something you have been working on forever and it sucks. So that's the main thing I'd say. Like, when I did the Look It stream, I didn't expect it to do good. I just was trying a ton of different stuff and it did good. And then once it did good, I was able to analyze all of the analytics and be like, okay, I could do this better the next stream, still play the same game, but do this better. And then after that stream, I was like, okay, I did that better, but why is it still not averaging more views? I just kept going over and over and over, looking at my analytics and being able to like change how I act, what I say, when I say things, and just being able to perfectly line up the stream to work as best as it could. And then once I like maxed out all my stats, I just went to a different thing and maxed out the stats in that. So that's the main thing I'd say for someone that is trying to get monetized. It depends, honestly. It depends on what they want their content to be. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a lot of long form videos soon. If you make a genuinely good long form video, you could get monetized in one video very easily. So I would say shorts is not the way. If you're trying to get monetized, don't post shorts for sure, but don't post them expecting to get monetized.
Mhm.
Live streams, if you want to be a live streamer, live streams are a great way to get monetized, I think. Unless they might be removing the fact that you can get monetized from them soon, but I'm not positive. That's 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 a possibility, but I don't know. I've something about that. I don't know where though. So, but yeah, definitely, I think live streams are a great way, and plus you can interact with your community in real time. So, fun
All right,
thing.
before you go to the last question, let me just give I can give insight on the first two. The third one is why you're on here because I'm trying to figure that out. For any of you guys who are just starting out, definitely echo the post crap and learn from it and develop things further. I spent 18 years, not 18 years because I was learning in the last few years. I just said stop. Thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate the lovely support and
Oh, in the chat.
thank you for that. We'll put Jamie up on the super board. I have my super board up here, and we'll put you in blue, Jamie. Jamie and 49. That's a big one, Jamie. You really went all out for that one. Hey, look, he's got his super board over there. Nice. What does that say at yours?
I put Jamie on it.
Jamie, you're on two super boards. And I spend so much time. I used to be. I am a filmmaker. You could watch some of my film. You Can't Kill Stephen King. You got it on Google Movies, YouTube Movies, Amazon, all that. I spent so much time putting together these beautiful films that I would spend like months doing, and then they got 600 views. And so that's why I'm saying it's like that's why I love, which is the answer to the second question is how to get monetized. For me, just do live streaming. And even if it's like with my other channel, break diving, it's live streaming right now. It's looking in the background at this, and it's just a study hall, and people are watching it. Sometimes just one or two people, but it's enough to give me 10 hours of watch time per day. It might take me 6 months, but there are ways I think with live streams because you can get one or two people who will just sit there and watch while they're at the supermarket or this or that. I think that's easier in some cases than struggling for 18 years trying to find something that's going to magically work. But of course, again, if you could find something like Beuji did with the video games and this and that, and it just takes off like a rocket, go for it. But basic thing is if something's not working immediately, you got to switch to something else that's going to give you. For me, longs never gave me watch time. Shorts never gave me views. And then suddenly I started doing live streams and I said, oh my gosh, I got an hour of watch time. And it blew my mind. And here I am, and I got monetized, and $4.99 and 55 cents. Huzzah! So now, Bougie, just the final question for those watching who are monetized, and there's kind of the summary of everything that we've been talking about today. They're struggling to make more money, struggling to make ad revenue, struggling to get super chats or getting more viewers. I guess it's like, how do you get more engaged subscribers? Because ultimately that will lead to everything else, I think. Go ahead.
Yeah. So before I answer that, I want to also put an emphasis on the fact, like, you can spend 2 months on a video and have it do really good. It's just you have to spend those 2 months on specific things, like making a really good thumbnail. That's one of the biggest things. Also, making sure the concept is something that people want, and then making sure that the video constantly is doing something to engage the audience. So you can spend a really long time and get like millions of views. It's just a matter of spending that time on the specific right things, which once again, you don't learn how to do until you've made a lot of long form videos and you can like see the analytics. So for making a more engaged audience, I think that the biggest thing is just having like fun ways for people to uh give money. Because one thing that I'll do is uh sometimes I do song requests and people will, I don't know why, um to an extent people will just pay like a ton of money for you to play their specific song. But they aren't necessarily just giving me money to give me money. They're also giving me money because something happens when they give me money. So one thing I'll do is like I did, I think it was like $10 or $20 equals backflip, they gave me $20 and I did a backflip. So
Literally or in the
um,
game?
in real life, yeah, in real life.
Oh, that's something really cool.
But yeah, it's just
Congratulations on being able to do that. I give you a super high five for that.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice. Very impressive. Are you a gymnast?
No, I just did like casual like parkour and stuff when I was a kid, so I kind of know how to do a lot of things. And
Very
also I
nice.
play sports, so but yeah, just keeping like the viewers engaged when they don't know. So you just have to think like how can I engage viewers? And in fact, actually, one thing that might be cool if you did, if you want to move into like the more like entertainment scene rather than like the talking about like important things, because end of the day, it's really sad. Most people don't care about important topics. Like
Hmm.
unless they're upset about it, which is why I said controversial stuff helps.
Hmm.
Unless people want to get mad or be like in some sort of like circle, most people honestly don't care about anything controversial. And like you'll see like even the internet drama, even though those videos get millions of views, that is a very specific niche. If you go outside that niche when you make those videos, you have no views. But if you want to get into like the entertainment scene, a fun thing you could do is, have you seen watermelons where they put a ton of rubber bands on it?
No, no.
Okay, so there's a I did one of these streams myself. Basically they have a watermelon and you put rubber bands on it until it explodes. So like you put like 1,000 rubber bands on it, and that's a fun way to get viewers engaged. Like you could say every sub equals a rubber band, or every like equals a rubber band. Then you could say like if you give me a gift, I'll put 10 rubber bands on.
Hmm.
So gives them a way to get their name shouted out. Also, they're interacting with the stream constantly. So
Beautiful. Those are great. Let's just finalize these comments here. Then we're going to jump off. So the members only live stream is going to be a little bit shorter, but we're going to cover with Bougie. Bougie, you still got 20 minutes?
I got, yeah, 20 minutes.
So we're going to talk on the members only live stream the importance of thumbnails and get Bougie's take on that. Learn about timestamps. He has some takes on vidIQ and TubeBuddy that he's going to share with us on the members only live stream, and some other random stuff. So, Nightmare says W dono. Thank you. I guess that means donation. I'm learning all the lingo.
Yeah,
Dennis King says Jamie backwards due to the camera. Thanks. Bougie, your shirt is inside out. Galaxy really wants you to know, but he does know that. He woke up that way.
I'm gonna put
Jamie,
that. I'm gonna do it on my live stream as well, just to get like viewer interaction. Everyone's going to comment that on my live stream.
I love it. When,
It actually works. I'm not even joking. That will actually work.
I think it is. It's very clever, and people want. And it's like, what is this? And Bougie, they'd know that you did it on. I mean, why else would you do that? I mean, that's
Yeah.
such a nice thing. There's no struggle if you don't struggle, says Dennis King. Wise words. And let's see, Jamie says, would it kind of weird to fix it live on the YouTubes? Yeah, Galaxy. Yeah, we just let that up. Jacob says they paid you money sometimes, Bushi, to make you end the live stream.
Yeah, that's true. If you have like $100 goal for just end live stream right away, and you're like talking about something, you're like, guys, I don't want to end the live stream. They'll sometimes even do that.
I like it. I like that. Nightmare says, "Welp, have a wonderful day. Everyone in the chat, have a wonderful day, Monroe." Nightmare, thanks so much. Hope some of you guys will subscribe. If you came from Bougie, certainly could use the love and support. And Jamie says, "Have a wonderful day, Nightmare." We will say goodbye to all of you guys. Bougie, do you have the other link?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't have it, just message me. Otherwise, I'll just jump onto that, and I'll see you there in a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys. We're starting a new members only live stream with Bougie to get a little bit more advanced insight from Bougie on YouTube. Bye, guys.